Hello, travelers from across the space. This is your host, Cosmo Lord, and today I want to show you some combos that you can make with Volcanics. So, a few days ago, I uploaded a video showing my first place Volcanic deck profile. That deck profile has some interesting tech choice. So many people were asking me how I actually abuse those tech choice. So I'm gonna show you what are the basic combos of Volcanics, and then we're gonna move ahead with some more advanced combos. So first, imagine you open just with those two cards. So now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna normal summon Volcanic Trooper. You're gonna search for your Volcanic Blaze Accelerator. You're gonna activate Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, and when Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, you're gonna send as cost. I mean, it's not cost. It's activation requirement. Blaze Accelerator to the graveyard. So now that you are in this position, you waste your normal summon, of course. Now you're gonna trigger Volcanic Trooper effect to discard Rimfire. You're gonna discard Rimfire, and you're gonna create a token in your opponent's side of the field. Then, after you create the token, Volcanic Rimfire will trigger since it's reached the graveyard. Now you're gonna use Volcanic Rimfire first effect. So you're gonna banish this card, and then you're gonna send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. And the card you wanna send is Volcanic Emperor. Now Volcanic Emperor is there. You can do as follow. Now I can manage Volcanic Blaze Accelerator. Summon Emperor, activate Emperor effect, and I can set Volcanic Emission. And then that's the turn. Right now, if you take closely, you didn't do enough damage to your opponent, but you have a good board for the following turns. If you want to do something different, then instead you can do as follow. In this moment, the moment you had something like this, yep, you can use Blaze Accelerator to special summon Rimfire. I haven't used the effect or I haven't created any monster, but now I can go make Rimfire go to grave, create a link 1 monster. In this case, we're creating link Ryu. Then Rimfire will trigger the effect, and I can send one monster to the graveyard. In this case, let's see if we don't go for Emperor, we go for Shell. I will trigger Shell effect to source a monster from my deck. Another Shell. Now I'm gonna trigger Volcanic Trooper effect, send this card to the graveyard. I'm gonna create a token to in my opponent's side field. I'm gonna activate this card again. I'm gonna search another Volcanic. Then after that, I can use Volcanic Blaze Accelerator to destroy the token I create right now. And then I'm gonna send Rimfire again. I'm gonna activate the second effect. I'm gonna banish this one. And I'm gonna activate Blaze Accelerator Reload. Now I can activate Blaze Accelerator Reload, discard this card, then I can have any card in my hand. So I can finish the turn, something like this. Maybe you can go for XP and that's it. Or maybe you don't need this one. And instead of going for this, you just banish this card with the effect of Volcanic Rimfire, and you put another one to the side of the field. And then you can special summon the Volcanic Shell that we discard previously when reload. In this case, this is another option. You can special summon this one with the new Volcanic Accelerator, and then maybe you can go for XP, for IP Masquerena, and then you have IP Masquerena and a monster to be able to go for XP Leader Knight in your opponent's turn. That's another way, and you have more fuel. You see? If you have Emperor in your hand, then you can go for Emperor and have a better follow-up. But that's just a combo with just 2 cards. So let's continue and move on with another combo. So now I'm gonna show you the combo that I use to abuse the fire statue. So you need 3 cards for this combo. You need Hira. You're gonna activate Hira effect. You will discard in fire. Now you will search for the fire statue. Yep, right here. And then with Rimfire effect, you're gonna send a monster to the graveyard. And the monster you're gonna send is of course Emperor. Yep. Right now, I can activate Blaze Accelerator, send Blaze Accelerator to the graveyard. Discuss. Remember, Rimfire needs to be banished to send. Now we're gonna normal summon this card. I'm gonna trigger Emperor effect. I banish into place. Special summon this card. This card will trigger. It will send a card face down. And the card that I will choose in this moment is a mission. So now you have a mission and you have a statue. Many people will say, well, the statue is in attack position and defense. I don't know, it doesn't have enough attack to defend. They will just attack and get over there. But then you can activate a mission. And when you activate a mission, the card that you will search is this one. It's Volcanic Doomfire. You know, Volcanic Doomfire has the following effect. All monsters your opponent control must attack Doomfire if possible. So, if your opponent went to battle phase and you summon this card, all the opponent monsters that he has need to go to Doomfire. It's not optional. They will need to crush with this. So you have the Inferno statue protected for that turn. Later on, this card will go to the hand, but now you have a way to have more follow-ups and kill your opponent with burn and stuff like that with all the other resources that you have. So it's a powerful tool, and if not, you're just gonna go for damage. You know, the board will be open if he crosses with on fire, so you will have the ability to inflict a lot of damage to your opponent in that turn. So yeah, that's another combo to abuse the Barrier Statue of Inferno. Let's follow up with another combo. So for this combo, I'm gonna use more cards. This is a really good and optimal way to start. And maybe you can argue that I'm using 4 cards. That's quite a lot, but you know, you can easily see a hand like this because you play 3 of all these cards. So there's ways you can actually have something like this. But what do we do in this hand? So let's go. Normal summon Trooper, activate Trooper effect. In this case, the card that we want to add is not other than Volcanic Rock. This one. So now I'm gonna activate Volcanic Blaze Accelerator. With Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, I'm gonna special summon a monster to field Rocket. I'm gonna activate Rocket effect to search a Blaze Accelerator card. For that, I'm gonna add Blaze Accelerator Reload. So now I have all these 3 cards. Now I'm gonna trigger the Volcanic Trooper effect. Discard Blaze Accelerator, create a token with my opponent's side of field. And now that I have that token, I'm gonna destroy that token. And I'm gonna send a monster from my deck to graveyard. The monster I wanna send is of course Volcanic Rimfire. The monster will be destroyed and Rimfire effect will trigger. So now I can banish this card and send a monster to the graveyard. And of course, the monster that I wanna send to the graveyard is no other than Volcanic Emperor. So now for this point, you have a few ways to go. I'm gonna show you one way and then you will try to find another one that sells mods. I know. You will choose what's the best way for you. So now you're gonna use Rimfire. You know, you're gonna carry another token to my opponent's side of field. And then the card that I want to send there is not other than Volcanic rocket. So yeah, another volcanic rocket. Now, what we can do from this point is that I need a card in hand to trigger fire recovery, but I don't have any. I have created a token, but I don't have Volcanic Blaze Accelerator to destroy token and to go ahead. So for that, I'm gonna use reload effect. Reload effect, let me go and send one monster from my deck to the graveyard. From that point on, I'm gonna use Ring Fire to change this Blaze Accelerator reload and place another one. And now I can activate Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, destroy the monster, and I'm gonna send a Volcanic Shell. Then for Volcanic Shell effect, I'm gonna activate, add another one. And in that point on, I can activate Fire Recovery. I can special summon the rocket that I sent, this rocket, to the field, and send this Volcanic Shell to the graveyard. Rocket will trigger, letting me add another drop card to the deck. Of course, this card needs to go to the graveyard. I just activate and trigger the other shell effect to add another shell from my deck to the graveyard. So my hand is something like this. I have not finished. So now, what we can do from this point on is they're gonna exit summon both rockets. And you know which card we're gonna make. Yep, we're gonna make Banshee, the Inferno. So now Banshee will trigger. I'm gonna detach one of the volcanic rockets, and I have the ability to do two things. So now I can add this card to my hand, Lima, or I can add, or I can send a monster to the graveyard, like the Fire Shadow, to do something else. But right now, I'm gonna try to add this card, and I'm gonna activate this effect, special summon this card. So now that's the field right now. So he's a tuna, he has a good effect. But now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make these two monsters a synchro sound. So I make Gaia. So now that I have Gaia, you know, about this card, I need a way to make the fusion, but I don't have the resource to do that. So what we can do, that's quite easy. We have an Emperor in the graveyard. He's gonna let us go ahead and do some crazy stuff. But first, we need to activate this new Blaze Accelerator effect to special summon a monster. We're gonna special summon this card, and then from that point onwards, I'm gonna use this to Sling Material to summon F-Prox Magician. So now I can activate F-Proc Magician, made a fusion with this two, and of course, now the card that we're gonna fusion is this one. And now, from that point onward, I'm gonna trigger my Emperor effect, and the cards that I want to banish are this one, and maybe the two shells that we have previously. We're gonna use Emperor effect, and we're gonna go Banshee effect. So now you're gonna inflict the damage. You're gonna end the special summon the Banshee, and now you're gonna trigger this card right here. You're gonna banish that card. You're gonna enter the two shells that you had previously, and any monster that you actually need. I will suggest that maybe you can go and grab Animax. This card can be special summon, or you can go and add any level 1 like this one. Never add the shell that you have engraved, the one that I have engraved, because now this card will return to a deck. You will draw one card, and if you're lucky enough and you have a good card. You don't draw any shell. You can activate another. You can activate again. Sorry, the shell, the last shell that you sent from your hand to the graveyard, the one that hasn't not activated effect, and search another one. So you have the hand like this. Now, what you can do, you know, from this point onward, you can just pass turn, or you can just do this. You can use Emperor and banish it. Remember, Emperor will set a card. Forget to set the card. Sorry. I need to set the card. It's explosion, of course. So you'll feel something like that. So you can go and use banish it and use Volcanic Emperor and summon SP, IP, Scorena, sorry, or maybe SP, whatever you need. And then you have a quite amazing field. Why? Because in your next turn, what you can do is that if your opponents try to activate a monster in hand or gray, you can discard this card, and then it will negate that card. And maybe you need another monster on board, use Volcanic Emission, you special summon Volcanic Trooper at a card, and then you can use SP to summon SP from your hand. And now you have, remember, two cards. One is a card, a random card, the other one is a Volcanic Shell in your hand, if you're lucky enough. So that's the way you can use the Gaia Fusion. Yeah, so many people will say that, well, that's a lot of work and you need to be really lucky so your opponent doesn't have a destruction and you have all the cards that you show me. Yeah, but actually there's ways that you can summon all these pieces without having those cards. But in your first turn, that's the way you summon that combo. You make this combo. This combo can be long, but it's really good because it gives you all the fuel you need for the next follow turn for Emperor, and your deck is really tight right now. So everything that you pick up after this moment will be a good resort for you to abuse, and you have your hand and all the really powerful monster on board. So yeah, good combo. Let me know if you like it, if you enjoy it, and let's continue with the last combo that I want to show you today. So the last combo that I want to show you guys is using Sinful SPO monster. Sorry, so many people have asked me if Sinful SPO is a good option to combine with this archetype. The answer is yes. Sinful SPO is an amazing archetype to mix with Volcanics. I waiting for another wanted. I'm gonna get that card on Saturday. I'm missing one, and I'm missing the ultra rare card, special summon the fire monster to fill. So I want to show you the combo that you can make without that card. So forgive me for that, but I don't want to miss time to show you what I can do with this. So first, we need to use wanted, insertion double star. Now we're gonna use Volcanic Trooper to search, of course, the one and only. For this moment specifically, the card that you want to search is not actually the Blessed Orator. Right now, what you need is Volcanic Shell. So use the Volcanic Shell effect to build summon this card. You activate double star. You summon the card that I told you, the ultra rare card. Let's see this one. You activate that card. Of course, you send this card to the graveyard. Then you can special summon a monster to the field. That monster is Ringfire. So now you have access to Ringfire. Activate Shell again. This combo can be done vice versa. If you open with Ringfire in hand, you can do the follow and search Shell instead. So right now, for that point on, I will send this monster to the graveyard with Volcanic Trooper effect. I'm gonna activate Shell again. A token is created in my opponent's side of field. And then from that point onward, I can use those two cards, those two, and create a good monster. I can create something great, but I will go for IP Masquerena. That's a good card. Then green file will trigger. I will set Emperor to the graveyard. And now we Emperor in the graveyard. What I can do, Emperor's here. What I can do is activate, activate no, I just manage all these three cards, all the power ones. So on this card, activate the effect, search for a mission. My hand is something like this. Activate the Seeker of the Sinful SPO in my graveyard. Now, I put the card on the bottom of the deck and draw a card, of course. So I draw a card, and then be something like this. Something like this. You can SP in your opponent's turn, you have a mission, you have one card in hand, two cards in hand, and you have a good field just with two cards. You see? And all the field that you have from Banish Sun. It's quite amazing. So yeah, and there's other stuff that you need to take account in Sinful SPO. Is that when Sinful SPO, you have the ability to make this card viable, discarding that for cost for the start. And there's another thing that you need to take account. You can use Snake Eye. There's some Snake Eye that's really good in this deck. You can do so many crazy combos that I'm gonna show you later on. So next week I promise you to bring my new deck profile with the cards that I'm missing and how the deck is gonna perform with Snake Eye and all these new cards that the deck have acquired. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy my video. Please give me a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and tell your friends. See you guys. Peace.